Do you long to inherit antique gimp suits? Are you a fan of providing vaguely menacing quotes to journalists? Admittedly, you probably didn't say yes to either of those, but that's because you don't gimp max like I do. You couldn't. We aren't the same. Fortunately, you don't need to be acquainted with either of those concepts to enjoy what is arguably the greatest superhero film ever devised, Pizza Man. Okay, so here I was going to tell you all about Pizza Man and how awesome it is while recounting some of my favourite parts of the film. Unfortunately, when I went to download the completely legitimate copy of the film I'd been watching for several years, I was met with a takedown notice by Rock On Films, which is a company that the director Joe Eckhart seemingly owns. I was heartbroken. After years of this film being available in full anytime I needed it, the moment I decided to share its beauty with the world, Joe had to emerge from his 13-year-old stasis and wipe it off the face of the earth. And I'm not exaggerating with that last part. It seems that somehow Joe has erased all surviving copies of this film, and that solitary YouTube video was the last bastion in his heretic war on cinema. I've searched everywhere for a copy of this film, be it physical or online, to include as footage for this video. But after several months, I've come to accept that Pizza Man has become a genuine piece of lost media. Truth be told, it's not completely lost, but unfortunately, I don't have the means to pay a Pakistani DVD seller $50 to mail a physical disc of Pizza Man 2011 across the globe. Well, incredibly, I have found the digital version online in its entirety. I genuinely thought that this film may have been lost to time, but thankfully, during his senseless massacre, Joe didn't account for the indomitable human spirit. On a Hail Mary deep dive into archive.org, I searched for Frankie Muniz's name, thinking it would be filled with his more popular shows and interviews, and whilst I was correct, at the very bottom I saw a listing titled Pizza Man. Unbelievably, it was the entire film in a higher quality than the YouTube video I originally watched it on. Better yet, the description left by our noble cleric Nova Fox reveals that in order to upload it onto archive.org, they had to track down and retrieve an actual DVD of the movie from a Goodwill store across the country. Whilst I'm sure that the good folks at DVD Planet Store would have delivered me a high-quality, timely rendition of Pizza Man, I can't help but admire the sheer determination displayed by my comrade-in-arms Nova Fox. So, now that's all wrapped up, you can finally enjoy Pizza Man just as the forefathers intended. Starring Frankie Muniz of Malcolm in the Middle fame, Pizza Man was released in 2011 as a superhero comedy film. I cannot for the life of me remember how it happened, but I watched this film a few years ago with a friend, and it left a lasting impression on me. I'm sort of amazed that I didn't make a video on it sooner. But here we are. To give you the cliff notes, avoiding spoilers so that you can pirate the film for yourself, Matt is a gifted student making ends meet by working at his family pizza parlor, where he adorns the heirloom Pizza Man outfit handed down by his late father. One night, he's tasked with delivering a pizza to his professor, who we know is developing a super serum, making the host impervious to direct physical trauma of any kind. The Edge Corporation is the company responsible for the project's funding, and after Professor Tucker threatens the success of the project, they send goons to his laboratory to retrieve the serum. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Edge Corporation sent goons. Anyway, Matt unfortunately is caught in the crossfire where he's forced to eat the serum in tomato form to save his own life. Following this point, Edge becomes increasingly bolder in their attempts to recover the serum from Matt's DNA, pushing him unwillingly towards a life of fighting crime. And unsurprisingly, he fucking sucks at it. We will get into his real shortcomings in just a moment, but all you really need to know about his superhero profile right now is that he's deathly allergic to tobacco smoke on account of tomatoes being affected by a virus tobacco carries or something. The movie is very bad. It's something you will notice almost immediately upon trying to watch it, but it's the best kind of bad. It's the kind of bad where Stan Lee and Adam West show up in weirdly filmed cameos halfway through the film, or where a man fucking materializes in front of the main character to collect a pizza, which is never revisited or explained, or where the antagonist shows those beta cuck businessmen the true meaning of a hostile takeover. I'd also like to mention that Matt's first action as a superhuman was drunk driving, proving conclusively that the honourable art of inebriated travel is given a bad name by the drunk crashers amongst us. And speaking of our friendly neighbourhood Pizza Man, he doesn't exactly cover himself in glory either. This is mostly because he doesn't really do anything. On 2 separate occasions, he has full-blown confrontation and showdown with Creed the villain, and both times he gets his ass saved by the police. If I didn't know any better, I'd have thought this was Union propaganda. He has literal superpowers, but his opponent's greatest adversary is the fuzz. The second time, unfortunately, ends in a hostage situation, which takes him to a pizza factory of all places. The villain tries to make him choose between the girl and the cure for his powers, which lasts all of 15 seconds before Matt gets the syringe and saves the girl via an epic ass grind. The movie ends with Matt and his new girl sharing a kiss goodbye before he dons the mark of the gimp once again to stop a car thief. And Roll credits. There you have it, 2011's Pizza Man. My thoughts? Outstanding. A bona fide must-watch for any pizza-loving beat cops who need a good old-fashioned pep talk. If you're at odds with any of the assertions I made in this video, feel free to leave a harsh castigation in Morse code in the comments below. I read them all. Thank you all for watching, subscribe for more like this, and stay greasy, friends.